We're all living in caves. We're all living in caves. We're all living in caves. Show us your cave. Show us your cave. Show us your cave.
I started right out of high school at the studio my band had recorded at, and it just kind of took off from there. And I realized I really enjoyed working on other people's music as much as I did working on my own. So sort of fell into it as this could be cool. I wanted to work there because I wanted to make my band sound better. And then again, realized that I really liked working on other people's music just as much. And yeah, so that has gone on. That was back east. I was born in Boston. That was in Connecticut. And then I moved out to Seattle in '99, and I've been here ever since. And much more interesting and vibrant music scene out here than there was in certainly in Connecticut. I've done a lot of work with Death Cab for Cutie, Soundgarden, guys from Pearl Jam, a lot of work with King Crimson and associated offshoots from them. Trey Gunn, who used to be in King Crimson, also lives here and is no relation to me, but we're good friends. So I've done work with him. Yeah, so that was kind of my engineering path, and has grown into, I do mostly, well, a fair amount of tracking still, but a lot of mixing. I get mixes coming in from Nashville, from LA, England, and that's kind of my dream job. I have this problem. I have a problem with gear. I like to buy gear, I like to try gear, and then I sell gear. And I had I've done this with monitors over the years, just because I'm always trying to find, I always feel like, okay, there's got to be something that I'm going to really latch on to. So I've had 8040s, 8050s, 8330s in surround with a 7350 sub. And now I've got 8341s and a 7360. And it's interesting because, like, I've tried other brands and had them in here, and always sort of wind up coming back to Genelec because it feels right to me. Every room I work in has a pair of 1031s or 1032s still on the meter bridge with NS10s. So I kind of always know what I'm going to get. I have the travel bag for my 41s, and I take them with me too. And I'll bring my laptop and my GLM system and just shoot the room. And that's really great because then I feel like I'm hearing exactly what I'm used to hearing all the time. Even if it's an unfamiliar control room, then it's really great, because if it's a room I haven't worked in before, at least I know that my monitoring is consistent and I feel comfortable. Because if I have that, kind of everything else doesn't matter as long as it's working. Right. You know, broken gear is no good. But yeah, if the gear's working and I know what I'm hearing, I'm fine. With the lockdown and everything, I had to move a bunch of sessions at other studios because they all, commercial rooms that all closed down. And I had enough stuff in process before the shutdown that I could just keep going here with mixing and production and doing some programming and stuff, that it's sort of been like, well, I'm gonna walk out and go to work again. It's a short commute, 15 feet from our house. About 7 years ago, there was a squirrel hanging outside the studio, and I would go out, I would eat roasted peanuts in the studio as a little snack through the day. It's a good protein. And I threw a peanut at him, I thought, one day. Come to realize it was a girl, but I had already named it Bob. So Bob stuck. And Bob was around for almost 5 years. And she would come into the studio, she would jump on my lap, she'd jump up on the desk, she'd sit on the couch. And then more started coming around, and I had to buy more peanuts. And it's just kind of kept on. And my wife thinks that this information is being passed on through the DNA now, and they know when they're born, go to the sucker. And so, yeah, I have 9 or 10 squirrels that show up every day, and then a whole flock of Steller's jays and a whole bunch of crows. Occasionally they'll come and land like on the top of a cymbal stand or a mic boom and just hang out. And then the squirrels are in and out. And we're still in the middle of what we like to call January out here in Seattle. You know, mid-50s and raw and misty. It's Seattle. But, you know, at that point, I just start leaving the door open in the studio if I'm out here alone. And they show up, they walk in, they come and hang out.
Show us your cape. Show us your cape. Show us your cape.